Yesterday, we covered how The Economist, a left-leaning economic publication, believes Donald Trump has a high likelihood of winning presidency, at least if the election were held today, especially as Democrats are losing voters amongst the Black and Hispanic communities. Not good, as those are often core Democratic voters. Now, there's talk that Donald Trump would, quote, consider Tucker Carlson as a vice president. Let's listen into this and add some commentary. Here we go.
Tucker Carlson on your VP list.
Oh,
now,
wow.
I want to give you a hypothetical here. You're a big sports fan. You know, like Nick Saban's going to retire at some point. And if you talk to the athletic director at Alabama, he would say he has a list. So would Tucker Carlson be on your list of potential VPs? And how many names might be on that list as you sit and look and survey the political field?
Well, first of all, you know, I did my first, you could call it counter-programming, but I won't call it that. But Tucker wanted to do an interview during the first debate. And I think you know, because this is what your business is, we broke every record.
Monster audience.
In history, yeah. I think it just hit over 300 million people. But it was for that evening over 207 million. It then got to 275 within a day or two. And the biggest ever was Oprah's interview with Michael Jackson, which was 125 million. So
Quick note, it's worth remembering that these are impressions on Twitter. Oftentimes for people to finish a video on Twitter or now X.com, you frequently go back to the same video. So most people, including Patrick Bet-David, Ben Shapiro, people who lean more right, they also believe that those views are probably about 1/4 to maybe 1/6 of what actually shows up on X. Still, though, even if you had 50 million unique people watching that Trump interview with Tucker Carlson, it's pretty powerful base. Let's keep listening.
We almost doubled it. Now, who would have thought that was going to happen? The debate, the last debate they had the lowest audience in the history of presidential debates. I don't know if you know it. And I think the one tonight is not, it's on tonight. And
yeah.
I don't even talk about it.
Would you consider
The debate, this was filmed right before debate number 3, so just a couple days ago. Debate number 3 did not get a lot of viewership. Donald Trump is right about this.
Tucker, though, that they based on those
I
numbers?
like Tucker a lot. I guess I would. I think I'd say I would, because he's got great common sense. You know, when they say that you guys are conservative.
Quick note, just so you have the data, 7 million, just under 7 million people, so about 6.8 million people watched the third debate. So think about that comparison for a moment. Let's go with 10x. So call it 68 million watched Donald Trump's Tucker versus Carlson interview, right? Or with Carlson interview, as we narrow down from impressions to views. That's still 10x what the third debate got. Yikes, that's not great. Even when you accounted for streaming across different platforms, maybe you're somewhere around 7.5 million on the third debate. That's down from 12.8 million, which was the first debate, and down from the 9 million that watched the second debate. So in other words, like if this were a stock, it'd be plummeting. I mean, think about that. 7.5 divided by 12.8. Your stock's down 41% from the first debate to the third debate. Donald Trump's not wrong here, but let's actually get his answer on Tucker Carlson, because he's kind of been punting this. Remember, his first response was, oh, wow. I want you to hear that part again, because it's not something he's obviously considered before. Otherwise, if Donald Trump had considered this, the odds of him reacting like this, I think, would be very low. Just listen to this very closely, and then we'll keep hearing about Tucker.
Would you consider Tucker Carlson on your VP list?
Oh,
now,
wow.
I want to give you a hypothetical here.
That answer there, unfortunately, you know, the interviewer keeps talking. That would have been a great time, in my opinion, to just let Trump reminisce over this. So now Trump's had a little bit more time to think about it. So let's get to what Trump thinks about Tucker.
You say that you guys are conservative or I'm conservative. It's not that we're conservative. We have common sense. We want to have safe borders. We want to have a wall because walls work. You know what I used to say about walls? I'd say wheels and walls. Everything changes. The computer that you have in front of you in about a month from now will be totally obsolete. Right now you have the finest equipment in the world, and in about a month from now that equipment will be obsolete. The only two things for centuries that's not obsolete are wheels and walls, right? So,
good.
no, when you think about it, right? A wheel will always be a wheel. It's never going to change. In a wall will always be a wall.
And it'll
walls
work all the time.
No, walls work. Remember when they were saying walls
they
don't work?
yeah. And
Remember walls?
yeah.
Joe Biden's got a wall at his beach house, by the way.
Yeah, and he does. And by the way, there are a lot of other walls. Nancy Pelosi has a wall also. And if she didn't have a wall, of course, it didn't work that well with
Yeah.
respect to the husband. But, generally speaking, it would work.
Wow. So there you have it. Common sense is the argument Donald Trump gives that, yeah, hey, you know what? Maybe Tucker Carlson would be a good vice president to consider, as he has a lot of common sense. I'm not entirely sure, though, that is what Donald Trump is looking for in a VP. Not to say that Tucker Carlson wouldn't be a good VP. I think it could potentially hurt Tucker's media biz. That would be very interesting. You get a lot of resentment that comes after politics, and Tucker seems to be doing very well on Twitter right now ever since he left Fox. There were some parts where early on where he started posting on Twitter, x.com now, he was starting to talk about aliens being real, and some people were like, okay, Tucker, like, hold on a sec, let's rein this in a little bit. But he's done actually very well in his transition away from Fox. His show on Fox was one of the most popular in the evening. Hopefully his popularity continues as when he speaks in interviews, and from a common sense point of view, he does a fantastic job. Sometimes there are definitely, dare I say, emotions that come alive in some of the old school Fox News Tucker episodes. But interesting take from Donald Trump. Will it happen? Probably not. Would it be very interesting? Yes, it would be.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.